Hi, welcome. This is Marty Murphy. Have you ever looked at your life and thought, man, my life feels a little bit more like a nightmare than like a dream? I was at a networking meeting a couple weeks ago and this idea came to me, and I'm going to call it a divine download because they gave us about a minute to stand up and talk about what we did. And I said what came to me, and I thought, where did that come from? And what I said was some variation of this, that my business was born out of my own desire to free myself of what I fondly refer to as the American nightmare, because there's a lot of hype here around the American dream. And I said, I feel like what keeps us from living a life that lights us up is we have emotions that we call forbidden, that we don't allow ourselves to feel. And when we don't feel those, what happens is we cut off from our life force, which is our creative energy, which allows us to create a life that has meaning and purpose and joy for us. And when I was done talking, I was like, wow, where did that come from? But I thought, that's my truth. That was a part of me, call it my higher self, that was speaking out, because that's truly how I felt. I would look at my life and go, well, it's not bad, but it's not great either. And really, there was something about that was a bit of a nightmare for me, because it's like I had put my life between two parentheses. So this was the range within which I lived my life. And yet, there's this amazing world of possibility outside of these parentheses, but I couldn't seem to get to it. It's like I could see it, but I couldn't get to it. And I really love this quote from Out of Africa. Robert Redford plays a character named Dennis Finch Hatton, and what he says is, and I'm paraphrasing here, is, I don't want to live someone else's idea of my life. Don't ask me to do that. I don't want to realize I'm at the end of someone else's life. And that really struck me. And I heard that I was in my 20s, early 20s. And yet essentially what I did is I went on to live a life between these parentheses and thinking something was wrong with me because I could never seem to expand beyond that. And yet when I found tapping, what I realized, it's these emotions that have created limiting beliefs that block off my creative energy and essentially my life force. So I've put limits on what's possible for me. So if you've ever felt this way, I invite you to tap along with me on this sequence. And again, it doesn't matter where you live. If you're feeling like, wow, my life's not where I want it to be, then please tap along. So start on the karate chop. Even though I think my life's a bit of a disappointment to me, I'm not master and commander of my life. I'm more like second mate. I choose to accept that I feel this way. Even though I feel like my life is passing me by. There's got to be more than this. But I don't have a clue how to get to the more. I choose to accept that I feel this way. Even though I want so much more for my life, how do I get to it? It feels like it's not possible for me. I deeply and profoundly accept myself anyway. And then tap through the points. I'm not master and commander of my life. I'm definitely more like second mate. And I have this longing inside of me. There's got to be more. And I'm not even sure what that more is. But I just have this inner longing that my life can be better than it is. And sometimes I feel like I don't appreciate what I have. And yet, is that true? Maybe that's what I've been taught. That I should appreciate what I have. I should stop whining and complaining about it. But the truth is, sometimes it sucks. And I need to whine and complain about it. But when I cut myself off from that, I cut off a little bit more of my life force. And that's what has me putting limits on my own life. So what if I actually need to whine and complain? I'm not going to stay there. I don't want to stay there. And what if, by acknowledging my true feelings, making no emotion off limits to me, as I do that, and I tap on it, I actually open up more possibility to me. I've been taught and trained, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. But what if I can allow myself to whine, to complain, to bitch and to moan in a healthy way that allows me to free up my life force so that I can create a life that lights me up. I'm not going to stay stuck in the emotion. Not as long as I'm tapping when I feel it. And what if, by allowing myself my truth as I tap through it, I not only change my life for the better, but I model for those I love how to do the same. And that feels like that could be a win-win for all of us. So I set the intention here and now to allow myself to feel fully from this amazing palette of emotions that's been installed in me. And as I learn, no emotion is off limit. No thought is off limit. I get to feel and think whatever comes to me. And as I do that, I not only change my thoughts for the better, I change my emotions for the better. And possibility opens up to me. I think I'll have that. And it starts for me today. And then just take a breath there. And go back and redo this tapping as many times as you need to. And as always, take responsibility for yourself, but just keep tapping. If you had strong emotions come up, that's great. That means you've targeted the emotion. And just trust the tapping. Keep tapping. Go back and do this as many times as you need to until that soothes your nervous system and you calm down. And the more you do this, the more you allow yourself in a really safe and healthy way to just express and feel what you want. And again, I'm not suggesting that you walk up to somebody and really let them have it, but go ahead and let them have it in the privacy of your own home with a practitioner that can help you navigate through that. And I think you're going to find you feel so much more liberated. And what you do when you do that is you not only liberate yourself, but you liberate others around you. And that's a win-win for everyone. So thanks so much for being here. Bye for now. And I'll see you on the next video.